Welcome to Manny's TV Talk, where we will talk about all of our favorite reality TV shows and news surrounding them. Grab a snack, a drink, and get comfortable because this starts now. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the Real Housewives of Potomac Season 8 Reunion Part 3. Let's get right into
Listen
this.
carefully or you just talk a lot.
Oh, are you angry?
Because you're not listening.
Oh, why are you angry? You see, why you hostile towards me? I haven't been hostile towards
You've
you.
been lying all day. What are you talking about?
I
That's
haven't lied
hostility when you're
once,
lying.
Okay.
I met her at an event for Umuibo, the Fino concert. I met you in a private VIP.
So we begin this last part with the husbands, and Gordon is about to share some news. So he has been diagnosed with an illness, bipolar 1, and has a degree of manic episodes. And this was really sad for Mia. She was crying as he was saying this. He says that this illness makes your mind think the opposite, so that you're normal and that everyone else isn't. He says it's been about 2 years since he's got this diagnosis, but actually believes that he's probably had it forever, but it's just gotten worse throughout time. He then talks a little bit about those manic episodes and how he manages them. And he asks if him reaching out to the other men to talk all those negative things about Mia was a manic episode. And he says, yes, absolutely. And here's the thing. There's also times where he has these episodes that he doesn't remember what he does. So, for example, when he locked Mia in her room and took away her phone. But he says that now he is getting the proper medication, being able to really handle them. As far as the marriage, he says that she's been a wonderful wife. He forgives her for what she has done. He says that he thinks that had he handled his disorder before this, they probably would still be together. They were both crying. Gordon says that he went to the hospital one day and Mia was there the next day to take care of him. Gizelle says, well, I'm worried about Gordon, and Mia assures everyone that no matter what happens, she will always take care of him. Gordon says that he's cordial with Mr. Iyke. He does also take accountability for what he did to want to make her leave. But he knows that she loves him, and Gordon has been doing great also with his siblings. Like, now they're getting along. So Gordon was definitely very open and very vulnerable. That was a very emotional moment. Then they move forward. The next main segment that they take a look at is Nneka Ihim's. So we take a look at her season package. So after that, Nneka talks about the IUI journey that did not, it was not successful. So now she's going through the IVF route, and her and Candiace have related on that. Karen then teases a little about her living in North Potomac, but Karen lives in Central Potomac. Then time to talk about the shrine. So Andy gives a little disclaimer about the culture issue. He understands this is sensitive. So Andy says that originally production approached Wendy because they wanted Nneka to come in through Wendy. So because all of the women kind of usher someone in. But Wendy was not too excited about this. Now, Wendy's explanation was that because she says that she didn't know Nneka, but that Nneka had told the production people that she knew of Wendy. So Wendy's thing was, I don't know her. Nneka says, wow, what kind of sisterhood is that? But she says that she told production that she met Wendy one day. Wendy says, so you did say that you knew me. And Nneka says, no, are you listening or did you just talk a lot? I said I met you. Then Wendy says, why are you angry? Why are you so hostile? Wait, why are you using those words, Wendy? But Nneka says that they did meet at an event, at a private event. And Andy even says that, in this setting, when people have met, they kind of take that as they know each other. Wendy says that she wasn't shading her. She just truly didn't know her. Andy asks Nneka if she tried to connect to Wendy to be on the show. And Nneka says no. She was actually approached to be on Married to Medicine. Lebe tried to connect them because, she knew Wendy in the DMV area and knew that she was Nigerian as well. Then Andy asks, what does being Osu mean? Wendy then turns and says, Ashley, since you brought it up to this platform, why don't you go ahead and tell us what it means? And Ashley, she had her tail between her legs, you guys. She's like, well, I never knew what it meant. I never said that I knew. Here's the thing, Ashley. You looked horrible talking about cultural stuff that you don't know that you don't know one thing about. Because even Nneka, Iyke, and Wendy, the three of them agreed that they didn't even want to talk about this at the reunion, this Osu thing, because it's really taboo and bad. Andy mentions that Nneka has apologized for calling Wendy's mom a witch. What else does Wendy need? Wendy says, well, I don't need anything. I just need her to take some accountability. Nneka says, I did take accountability. I apologize for everything that Andy just mentioned. But Wendy has been trying she says that Wendy has been having bad energy after the season, and trying to smear her into the Osu thing, which she had nothing to do. Wendy then says once again that they can move forward and be cordial. One of the things that Nneka does say is that this is the first time that any franchise has ever had two first-generation Nigerians. She really does wish that it could have been differently. So that was it for the husbands. They leave, and then they bring out Crana. She and Wendy have known each other for about 5 years. She says that she actually loved Candiace, Robyn, Gizelle, Karen. She loved all the ladies. She loved everyone. They mentioned that Wendy and Candiace didn't check up on her on the Dominican Republic and that they didn't want to share a room with her. Crana says that, to be honest, it did bother her a little that Wendy and Candiace didn't check up on her and that Gizelle was the only one. But Candiace says that she thinks that was strategic to make Wendy and herself look bad. Gizelle says, I went to go check up on her because she was sick, not because it was strategic. Then they look at one where she's in package, Wendy's. They look at her scenes, they talk about her YouTube show. She says that it's been difficult, but she's enjoying it. There was a question asking about all the things that she's doing and, will it ever be enough? She says that the home line thing with the candles, that's still going, but she will step down from teaching at Johns Hopkins. So that was interesting. They talk about her calling Mia slow and how that might have been a little inappropriate. Mia says that they need to be mindful of buzzwords. Andy reads a question that said, Wendy can go very low. She called Mia slow and even called Nneka a crackhead. But Wendy does apologize for calling Nneka a crackhead. Mia then says, you also called me a pathological liar. But they kind of started to make fun of it because Mia is a liar. And Mia says that she calls Candiace be crying. The next season package is Ashley's. I didn't realize how many people's segments were left on this last part. So they take a look at that, which included some of the Michael stuff, the athletic line, her being messy, and the big fight of GNA. So the first thing is that Ashley says she is now for sure going to try and finalize her divorce because she says Michael started to get a little toxic. He's still providing for her and the kids. They ask Ashley if she married Michael for his money. She says that she did become dependent on him because she was young when she met him. And I personally don't think there's anything wrong with that. She said that she still loves him and that she used to massage his feet every single night. They have great hopes for GNA, but everyone low-key agrees that it's kind of ugly. I mean, even Sheba Sheree was better than that. But they talk about the fight. So Crana says that Deborah came up to them and Deborah was invading her personal space. And after Deborah threw the drink at Candiace, that's when the fight happened. Crana says that she had glass broken into her head. Where have we heard that before? Andy asks Candiace if she really did call her vermin and all this stuff, and Candiace says yes, but it was mostly afterwards. Then Mia corroborates that Deborah was definitely crazy and on a high that day because she even came up to Mia talking all crazy over something that Mia had said in her confessional about her last year. But Mia points out that she de-escalated it by just being like, oh no, you're really pretty or whatever. They then ask Gizelle what she thinks. So Gizelle says, look, everyone is responsible. Deborah, Candiace, Wendy, and Crana. Wendy asks, what did Wendy do? I tried to break it up. Mia even says Wendy didn't have anything to do with it. Giselle says, okay, I'll take it back. I'll take Wendy out of it. Gizelle says, trying to start a business and seeing on TMZ that there was a brawl was very disturbing. Karen asked Candiace, well, when did you start calling her a vomit? And they're like, no, Karen, it's vermin, not vomit. Candiace says that Deborah came up to her and asked, do you got anything to say? So Candiace's response was, no, get this vermin away from me. Then Mia says, but you can't say that. You can't say stuff like that because you have more to lose. And then, Candiace is just explaining and defending herself. And then she starts crying and says, I don't expect any one of y'all to fight for me. Andy brings up that Ashley said that Candiace made it worse by, calling this girl names. And Candiace says that Deborah was gonna attack her anyway, but all the ladies say that Candiace's comments probably exacerbated the anger that Deborah had. And Candiace says that it's kind of crazy that they're kind of saying that she deserved to get attacked. And they say, no, we're not saying that, but we're talking about your words. And it was surprising that Andy said that her words had a big part of it because, Deborah was already coming in with a full loaded gun, and Candiace says, well, so was I. They ask Ashley if she brought Deborah in on purpose to be messy, and Ashley says that Deborah had told her that she wanted to go and clear the air with Candiace. I was like, really, Ashley? You know what that meant. But she says that she doesn't know Deborah to be a violent person. She also apologizes to Crana. Crana accepts it, but she says that Ashley is the queen of the aftermath apologies. Ashley goes back and forth a little, but Crana says that she doesn't think it was Ashley's bad intentions. The last thing Crana does is thanks Karen for being the one who was by her side that night. She was honestly thanking her from the bottom of her heart. And Karen got very emotional and says that one thing she will say is that she would take care of every single one of the ladies in this stage, including Robyn. Like, she really does care for them in that way. Crana says that honestly, every single one of them was kind to her and she had a lot of fun. Then it is time to conclude. Andy asks, are there any last apologies anybody wants to throw out there? And wrong group, no one said a word. But then Robyn does say that she wants to let it be known that she has no hate nor animosity towards Candiace. And Candiace says she feels the same. There's no animosity. And if anything, this is all on Robyn's court. If this friendship is to ever flourish again. As far as Nneka and Wendy, Nneka says again that she has apologized profusely a lot. And Wendy says, I would have to go back and ask, what did I do to you? But it was too much already. But it was interesting, though, that Candiace tried to kind of stick up for Nneka a little by, mentioning that she did apologize. And Wendy was kind of bothered by that. She was like, so did I. I just did. Gizelle and Candiace, there is absolutely a closed chapter, closed door. They locked it. They threw away the key. They didn't throw away the key. They demolished the key. That lock will never open. So that's what it is. And then Karen, of course, she's the fence. Ashley will get her divorce. Andy is really proud of what Mia is doing with Gordon. And then in honor of Karen's pie analogy, they bring out pie for everyone. But Gizelle and Karen have one more little thing. It was kind of cute. They crowned Andy. It was a coronation. He is now the Duke of Potomac. So they give him a little crown. And then they eat their pie. And that's a wrap. Wow, you guys, 21 weeks later, and we have finally ended Potomac. Listen, Real Housewives of Potomac has always been my favorite Real Housewives show, although this season was very lackluster, and I think it became very toxic on Twitter. I even disagreed with a lot of people in the comments when it came to Nneka and Wendy and just stuff like that, but I love this show. I love all the women. I know Candiace will not be returning. She is stepping out, and I wish her all the best. I honestly love Candiace. She is a young, smart, brilliant person. She got a little problems, but I do wish her the best. I hope she can have a baby. I hope Nneka can have a baby. I wish every one of these ladies the best. We'll have to wait and see. I heard the rumor in the street is that there will be more announcements coming the following days, probably tomorrow, of some departures that are going to happen. What I do think for sure is going to happen is that I do think there will be some sort of cast shakeup or a pause, because they really need to figure out what Potomac is going to be, because the fans are not happy, Chad. They're not happy. I heard there's going petitions and movements and hashtags. It's crazy. But you guys, I just want to thank you guys for sticking with me. Like I said, 21 weeks of episodes. We started in early winter, and now we're entering spring. It's almost summer. So it's been a great ride. I'm sad that there are no more housewife shows. We're going to have to wait till New Jersey comes back. But you guys, thank you so much for sticking with me. Potomac was truly one of the first shows that I ever started recapping on my channel. So it has a special place in my heart. But you guys, let me know your thoughts about this last part of the reunion. Let me know anything that you think. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time. You'll have a great one. Bye.